It very much looks like it's going to rain, and I've also just realised that I forgot my towel, so this could be a very, very damp swim indeed. Just in there. It is about to chuck it down and I still have to cycle home. That was so lovely. Oh my god. Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is slightly different to normal. It's not just a recipe. I wanted to show you how I like to spend a morning by myself, for myself. This is really a day where I just kind of want to focus on self-care, doing good things for me. I haven't been feeling 100% myself, and I think my way of kind of coming back to myself is to actually just slow down a little bit and not feel like I'm rushing around as much. Today that started with a cup of tea, always, every day starts with a cup of tea, and then a swim in my local Lido, which is just the best. I just love it so much. Obviously it's not heated, so it's not, to be fair, it's not super cold at the moment because it's summer, even though, as you'll see, very rainy still, but it's still refreshing. I went for about 45 minutes and it was gorgeous. And now I'm gonna get ready, then I'm gonna make some breakfast. I'll show you what I use as I go. Old school YouTube vibes. Starting off with a little niacinamide serum. And then SPF 50 every day. This one is the best SPF I've ever used. I love it. This is what I use as my foundation, which isn't really a foundation. It's more of a, maybe more of like a CC cream. Tinted moisturizer. The other thing I just kind of wanted to talk about in this little vlog is just the idea of spending time on your own and doing things by yourself and for yourself, which I've spoken about in my Greece vlog, where I did a little solo trip. If you haven't seen it, I will leave it in the corner, either this corner or this corner, honestly unsure, probably this one. But yeah, just the idea that I feel like doing stuff by yourself is always kind of frowned upon a little bit, and I just don't know why. Well, actually, having said that, when I was at uni, 8-10 years ago, I remember feeling like if I had no plans, I just used to feel very anxious and worried. I didn't necessarily want to sort of spend that time by myself. Concealer by the same company, Vive, which is a Scottish company, which is where I went to university in Edinburgh. I just kind of feel like people are hesitant to do things by themselves, and what I really want to show, mostly through my recipes but also through these vlogs, is that doing things alone is so much fun and it's so empowering, and building that relationship with yourself is just, I think, one of the best things that you can do. Everybody knows that phrase about like, you're the only person that's ever going to be there for your whole life. And it's true, really. And I just think learning to be comfortable in your own company is a really powerful thing. And if that can not only be comfortable, but fully enjoyable, then how amazing is that? You deserve to do those nice things for yourself. Doing something that you love, slowing down a bit, and just taking the time to give back to yourself, because I'm sure you find the time to give back to other people. So, why would you not do that for yourself as well? Also, two bronzers are also Vive. This is the Modern Radiant Cream Bronzer in Light, and then this is the Modern Bronzer Bronzing Duo, also in Light. I really love Vive. I think it's a brilliant brand. Female owned, Scottish owned. We just love. I'll leave all the links to the products that I used in the bio. And yeah, something else that I've been thinking about recently is that kind of struggle that I definitely have of, I don't know what I like to do. I feel like I don't have any hobbies. I think this is probably really common. I think as we grow older, you know, we lose our hobbies a little bit, and it can be hard to figure out what we actually enjoy that's not work or social with other people. And that used to kind of panic me a little bit. And now I think, okay, well, this is a really great opportunity to figure it out. And I've been thinking about like how you do that and what's the best way to figure it out without just randomly starting something. And I think when it comes to self-care, I feel like I figured out a pretty good formula for self-care, and that is to do something for your past self, something for your present self, and something for your future self. So today, for example, I love swimming and I just don't ever make the time for it, but I did it growing up like as a child, and I'm a Scorpio, so I'm a water baby through and through, and I love swimming and I just don't make the time for it. Doing that really feels like kind of honouring my past self and, you know, the version of me that does love swimming, which is still me. There's still this version, it's just less time, I guess. But I'm making the time for the past version of myself and the things that I used to enjoy and probably still enjoy. And then present me, I think this is where food comes in, because food is so powerful. Food is so much more than just fuel, and it's so linked with emotion and all that sort of stuff. And I just think that when you're cooking for yourself, it's the perfect time to really check in with yourself and think about how you're feeling right now and what you really, really want to eat or cook. Today I want something nutritious but really delicious, and I think I want to make some pancakes, some kind of semi-high protein but with no protein powder pancakes. And I feel like that's the perfect thing to do for present me, because that's what I really fancy in this moment, and I can honour that rather than thinking about just something that you're used to eating without really thinking about it, or something that you would maybe save for another day. I don't know. Honour where you are right now and you're more likely to enjoy it. And then future me, I guess, is kind of linked. I guess the swimming is good for future me. I think any form of movement is kind of good for present and future you. It's good to look after yourself, move your body. That's always going to be good for future you. So I feel like that kind of ties in with that. But yeah, if you're stuck on how to find out what you actually enjoy now as an adult, then maybe think about it that way. What did you used to enjoy doing that you don't make time for anymore? How are you feeling in this moment, and how can you honour that in a way that feels enjoyable and not like you're forcing yourself to do anything? And is there anything that you can do now that you will thank yourself for tomorrow? Because I feel like that really brings all the endorphins together, and self-care is not just about taking the easy option. I think it's about looking after yourself, and I feel like thinking about past, present and future you is a really great way to do that. So yeah, let me know what you think about that little self-care formula. My makeup is nearly done. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in brown, a little bit of lipstick, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Fair, and then a Rimmel lip oil, sorry. Very hydrating, smells like coconut. I think we're done. Let's make pancakes. As I said, I want to make pancakes for breakfast, and I'm kind of taking inspiration from fluffy ricotta pancakes, but instead of ricotta, I'm going to use cottage cheese, which I know will probably make some people sigh, and honestly it kind of makes me sigh, but I want to assure you that these will be delicious, and that A, I actually do think cottage cheese is really delicious, but B, that this isn't just going to be some like bland, sugar-free, gluten-free, high protein cottage cheese pancake, okay? We're adding the cottage cheese partially for protein, but also partially to make that kind of fluffy ricotta style pancake, because I don't have ricotta, but I do have cottage cheese. Does that make sense? And I think I'm going to serve it with a little blueberry maple compote saucy thing. So it should be delicious. I'm very excited to eat it. And this is how you do it. So there we have it, my blueberry maple pancakes. They look delicious. I'm very excited to eat them. And I feel like this is the perfect way to just round off this slow solo self-care morning. The weather is doing God knows what. It's raining one minute, it's sunny the next. I'm secretly hoping that it rains because I really feel those cozy vibes right now. And I'm just hoping that this video inspires you to take a moment for yourself and do something that you love to do. Make something delicious. If you are looking for more single serve recipes, I've got a whole cookbook and I've got a whole website filled with one pot, one portion recipes. For anybody that's cooking for one, whether you want breakfast, lunch, dinner, sweet treats, I've got it all. There's something for every moment, every mood. So make sure you have a look at that. The recipe for these pancakes will be in the caption below. Happy self-care day.